Hello, welcome to my channel. It's good to have you here. My name is Gemma. I am an advanced cultist, a criminologist, and I am a mother of two. So this one I'm going to talk about how we can understand aspects of suicide, potential suicide, like things like this. And there's going to be a reason, and it's going to link with different things. I'm going to talk about it. So I'm going to talk about like why suicide can happen, why people can commit suicide, why these things can take place, what happens within our society. Okay. I know people who've had this experience with people who are close to them, and it interlinks back with everything that I want to say. So that's why I'm saying it. It's an observational point. Understanding it as a Kabbalic stream, understanding it as a societal construct, like why this takes place within, especially the Western world. In our society, we can understand a society aspect as a whole tree when it comes to functions within it, as I've said in a short. This is like our society type thing. This is our base, right? It's almost like this is our brain, and we can see it like this, an intellectual perspective, and this is us, our bodies. So we can see it like that as well. Many interpretations can come from understanding a Kabbalah, but it mainly is about understanding our emotions and how we can rise with our emotions, because the first one is always emotions. It can be an intellectual one, but you'd have to switch them around. So this one is an emotional one because the foundation is Yesod and it's the moon. So if I wasn't to like switch everything around and just see it as this, I would say this is an emotional tree. So this is really going to be quite easy to do when it comes to things like our emotional state of mind, how suicide can take place, and this can happen within our society, especially in the Western world. So as we understand, let's get into this a little bit more so I can soften you into this, because it's quite a deep topic. And I have Venus in 6th house as well. So it's like so you can just look there. I have Venus in 6th house, so I can kind of get it. And it to help others, because Venus is the planet of love, and then 6th house is about helping others, service to others. So on this one, I also have Sun. I have Sun in 6th house. I have my North Node in the 6th house. I don't have it in the 5th, but I have my Sun and my Venus. They're in my 6th house. They're in my 6th house. So what am I? Service to others. What do I radiate? Service to others. You know, I don't think people realise that. It's kind of hard topic to sort of grasp when I'm like a Lilith Libra in your face. That's for another time though. I'm going to break that one down as well, about Lilith. But I want to get into this first, because Lilith, like, we're talking about like an Eve concept, but in Eve obviously didn't do that. But I'm just saying that she didn't like commit suicide or try to, but it's not in the scriptures, but I'm just saying like it's more of a I'll bow down to you type energy. Anyway, so this one is going to be about committing aspects of suicide. Okay, trying to understand this so that people can really, understand it, instead of, because it's about a manipulation that takes place, and it's not just in somebody's mind. Okay, it's not. And, you know, it depends what type of situation you come from. Okay, so it depends, right? I've got this emotions. So what happens when we have a broken tree concept, which is sad because it's not even this, it's shamanism. What happens when we have that? Well, our branches break. Simple as that. Like our branch might break somewhere and we've got to fix it up and realign it, and it grows back again, you know, it's normal, right? So we have to focus then on like where we need to go from there. I should have been doing this years ago, right? Years ago. I know now, I get it, right? So we have the moon, which is our feelings, and this is the branch out. So you can like completely miss that and go straight to Venus, miss that completely, go straight to feels, which is feelings. It's an aspect of splendor, what we can gain. So sometimes people can go, what can I gain from this situation? What can I feel from this situation? What can I love through this situation? And these are usually the first ones we hit. It's our feels, because we're in an aspect of I am energies all the time. An aspect of I am energy is just straight your base chakra. So you can sit in there all the time. But it's more like an emotional basis. This is an aspect of judgment instead, and strength. So we're going to use it in a different way this time. So this is your body. This is your emotions. Like, who are you? How do you feel? But that's that side. But how do you, how your emotions what are your emotions telling you? Okay? Because you can have feelings, but emotions, it's a different thing. And that's true. Because you have, how do I, what is my emotions telling me? How do I feel, which is this part? And then you have, what are my emotions telling me? And then this one is, how can I love? So we can go straight to here. And everyone says, oh, Pisces, you all like this. You always go straight to love. How can I love? In that concept and stuff like this. Which is kind of sad, really, because it's not true. We sit in the moon more than we sit anywhere else. That's why people can either tell us we're not good enough, make us break, or like we sit in love as a anchor, you know, that's our anchor. And, you know, it's always within us as well, because we're Pisces. Venus Pisces is strong. And this is where you'll always go to. So you can have like Venus in Capricorn. Your love is going to be different to Venus in Pisces. So everybody's different, because the Venus in Capricorn is very much more reserved. But they do share love, and it's different. It's very grounded. You might feel stable in that love with the Capricorn Venus. You might even feel like it's almost like a wrap. They're a wrap, a solid wrap, and it's nice. Okay. So you can have Venus in Capricorn. They might show you love in a different way to what somebody who had Venus in Pisces, because Venus in Pisces is like more of a dreamy nature. They will still be the wrap that you need, right? But it's also a connection here, because it brings you into your feels, or here, or just here to here, and then you can go back to here. So what happens when this breaks? Okay, and this is quite serious, because society should know this, because obviously it's Judaism. It's the Jewish doctrine. Like, they know this. They just don't teach us it. You know, then it's not there. It's not there for us. And it's very sparse. There's no synagogues like in every single town, you know. like the churches, for example. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying that it's a bigger perspective. Once you understand this, you can understand society. Once you understand this, you understand the way of the world as well. Right? So, when people want to leave this plane, okay? There must be a reason why somebody wants to leave this plane. And it has to do with how we feel, how we love, and our emotions. Because if you take all of them out, you don't want to be here anymore. Okay? You don't. And I know that feeling. I've had depression and anxiety, and I've had that as well experience. So when somebody takes your love, okay, and your emotions and your feelings, okay, they break you. It's an aspect of breaking someone's tree. It's an aspect of taking us off our treasures, right? And people do this because they're either told to by the I do person, okay, whoever it is, doesn't matter. But the I do person that's within that encompassment of that person, because it can either been, that person could either been taken control of, okay? So someone's like, you're not allowed to express yourself. I do push judgment on you because you're not allowed to express yourself. Smash the trees, break you down to there. So then you don't feel like you have a tree anymore. And I'm not teaching people how to be abusive, because if it's in you, it's in you. Right? And it's true. I'm just trying to explain it to you from a Kabbalic stream of how we can understand a person who doesn't want to be here anymore. Somebody who chooses to end life, you know? And, you know, it can be done in different ways. I mean, end of life, we can choose to end life with love, but do it with love. But, like, you can choose to do that. If somebody has cancer and it's aggressive and they know they're going to pass, well, euthanasia, things like this. This is questionable. We argue this in politics. Is it reasonable grounds to, you know, cut someone out their misery? Do they deserve it? Do they deserve this pain? Do they deserve this experience? No. Euthanasia, right? I agree with it. Myself personally, I agree with euthanasia. And because your life is your life, and no one else can tell you how to live your life in a way where if you don't want to be here anymore, you shouldn't have to be here anymore. And I do believe that. I do. And I'm not being horrible. It's an hard topic. We studied this in criminology. But it's an hard topic, you know. But it's true. Someone don't want to be here anymore. They don't want to be here anymore. It's because they either foresee the future, maybe. Now, this is interesting because some people can foresee futures. And they might not like what they see. They might feel into an energy, connect to their emotions. See, I know something good isn't going to happen. Something bad is going to happen. I know something bad is going to happen. I need to leave, type thing. I'm not worthy. And obviously that's not a good position to be in, because you know you need to rise to that Venus energy. So where's the love? Where is the love? Right? So it's like, if you keep getting, you know, stuff, it might be a traumatizing experience for you. But you need to rise with the love, that's the Venus energy, to understand that maybe, you know, it might not be as bad. You might work it out in the end. Give it, you know, it might take 13 years. It might take you Two, it might not have been anything. It might have been somebody else's experience that you fell into. I don't know. If you're psychic, I don't know how it works. Maybe someone else can tell you that. But this is almost like a branch of a tree, and if you cut this, and you think that person's not gonna, because why did we come here? We came intact. So we if we're trying to rise, and someone's done this to us, that breaks our crown and all the other spaces in between to rise to it. It's an aspect of, it's against human rights, our dignity to free will, and a right to a life of happiness, fair trial, an aspect of freedom of speech, to say what we feel without being judged, pushed back down again, breaking the tree again. It's about being able to speak a truth, mercy. If you don't, you're going to bring them back down again. You're breaking the tree. You're trying to commit. So if people do this to other people, you don't want them to be here anymore on this plane. You want them to die. That's what you're doing to that person. So I'm going to stick up for the people out there who've ever died, committed suicide or anything like that, because, you know, they might have suffered forms of domestic violence, forms of cruelty, and you're doing this when you're supposed to be supporting, okay, and that person ends their life, then it's nobody's fault, is it? In a functioning system, because you can't find it. But deep down inside, you all know that there was somebody there that was doing that to that person. And, this kind of thing is hidden a lot within our criminal justice system. These things are hidden because it's kind of a way of life in that position, which I didn't realise. So we need to realise where that blue is, that mercy, that support that was supposed to be there to be given to this person, this love, okay? Because if you can give somebody love, you can make their whole tree glow all over again. That's all it takes, Because there's a green bar there and a green bar here, there's green everywhere, look. All I have to do is rise to an aspect of understanding or wisdom, and then they hit crown with a little bit of this. So we can have this removed from us when people are take us of our treasures, and this can cut our tree again because somebody's dominating us in our world to ruin our lives. Now, I think as well that there's places within the system, it's getting on a bit now, but I think there's places in the system have a function. So let's get into just finishing off actually with this, but this is also understanding how we can process how to treat people, which is how a government society has been set up to help or hinder. It's up to you to decide, depending on your situation and your circumstance. So we have a moon, which is our feels. That's feels, but this is how we, these are emotions. These are our feelings, because our emotions are different to our feelings, okay? And this one is our love. So we always need that encompassment to be able to rise, okay? Just to hear, just to act, just to do, okay? It's normal to have this, to do that. And this is how you can tell when somebody is lacking, okay? Because something's not right. Now, what are the functions in society? So we have, quickly, I'm going to go down this. We have Splendor, which is like soliciting communities. This one's like counselling, supposed to be. This is like counselling service, like one-to-ones and like stuff like this, you know, like victim support, stuff like this. This one is like councils, like supporting councils, and this one, but it depends which way you want to go, but this one is an aspect of judgment, so you can, you know, you can do that there. This is a judgment, so this would be like a call of like a higher rocking factor. So we already know somebody made that decision, you know, this is the judges, this is the justice system, and obviously it all interplays together, okay? And this is the judgment somebody made before, because that's usually how that works. So you have soliciting communities and stuff like this. So if we're going to bring that together quickly, because I did do a short about that and I wanted to talk about it. So in these systems, we can talk about this as like a systematic approach. We can talk about this like it's systematic, like there is a way forward. This is how we have set our functions out to aid people within a government system, to, you know, hold their side, not a corruptive side. Jesus Christ. You go down. But this one and this one. So you have the you know, you understand somebody's emotions. You understand somebody how somebody feels in aspects of love. You understand how somebody feels in an aspect of splendor, like always interact with each other. But you have to realise it shouldn't be corrupt as well. So I'm not going to say too much about that, because obviously I'm talking about suicide, but the thing is you can cut your own trees, and you do a lot, and it's like soliciting communities or whatever, like counselling communities. If your supervisor's telling you not to help that person anymore, you're cutting that off. You're cutting that person's tree off. Okay, but you're doing it to yourself as well, and same with everybody else. Okay, because what you'll find is you'll find lack in your lives in different ways as well. That's a knock-on effect, because it's your tree too. Because we're all learning from each other. We all take growth from each other. So imagine that tree with another tree, and they're next to each other, and this is your tree and this is my tree, and I'm trying to talk to you about this, and that's how you should see it. You shouldn't see it like I'm gonna. No, it's not about that. Let's go beyond that. Let's sit here. Let's sit in Hereford and Binar. Let's come together. Let's talk. I don't want to fight you, type thing. I want to reason with you because I see where you're trying to cut me off, or I see where I'm trying to cut you off, maybe, because I don't want to give you love, because you're not going to give me that. So I'm not going to give you love, so you're not going to give me that, type thing. Do you know what I mean? So it's almost like we're breaking the tree all together. All of us, we're breaking the tree, right? And it's kind of like that. But obviously that would be a combination of our trees all together, you know, and whatever. But the ideal energy is obviously different. This is how we act. This is how we want to display ourselves. And if we're angry and in judgment, we will do that. But we're doing it with, what are we doing it with? What colour is that? Green. Duh. When somebody makes a judgment, and I do, it's with love. People don't get angry for no reason. It's not an aspect of being unstable when we show our emotions and choose to show judgment because you've done something that's not good. So I do show you and talk to you because I love something, so I'm going to make a judgment based on that. See, I'm coming from the middle. This is my tree now, and you're trying to smash it up, type thing. So it's different because the main character is their tree. So if you can like understand that you're not coming from the middle, you're coming from here, and you think you're gonna just like take what you want and that and then leave, pick the fruit that you like. Oh, I like that, I'll have that. Oh, I'll take that. That's a thief. You get your hands chopped off in the Middle East for doing that. Do you understand? But it's literal there, right? I am a 369. I do like to bring everything together, okay, because that's how I see it. Because I'm a 369. That might be a different way to see something, because I can see it like that. Because that's where I come. I don't come from there, but I come from a all looking down one concept, so I can see how it all interlinks back onto itself, just to give you analogies. So let's get into having issues with spirituality and mental illness, okay? And how we can trap people in spaces saying that they have an issue here, which is mercy, okay? So you can put somebody in a mental home, mental institution, put them away, right, here, because you might say that this person cannot do this, cannot function correctly under this reign. I do speak with love and judgment. I do speak. I do say it with love and judgment and truth, because they're all intact already. They've done it. They're telling you, right? So if you're telling somebody that they're not right for this, right, all you're trying to do now is break their tree here. You're just gone bang, 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 bang. I don't care about you. I don't think you're important. What they're saying down here is more important than you when you speak and make your judgments. So they're down here or here. They might be here. They're probably not even there either. They don't care. It's not your tree. They're probably here trying to attack you. And you're up here already. You're speaking. Okay? So they can try and break you down because you're trying to speak your truth. You need to hurry up. But this is how I can debilitate people in society. This is how you're smashing people's tree up. This is how you're going to make them go to nothing, because you're trying to smash their art, smash their feels, smash their judgment. I don't know who I am. Take us away, take our treasures away at this energy. I don't feel who I am anymore. I am lost because I don't have I am energies. This is how it works. And then you take the I doeth energies. I don't know what to do because I don't know what to do anymore because I don't know this and this. Okay? Now this is an occult topic. And this is how people usually come for us. The sides. Okay? So you'll get people come from the side that way, and then you get people come from this side that way. Right? This is how people can break our trees. So it's love and speaking. So they might invert that. I don't love you. I don't think this is purple. This is an emotional basis. Oh, you didn't give me what I want, type thing. So I don't love you anymore. You know, people like that. Whatever. Who cares? Right? And they go, I'm going to speak this because I am upset with you. I think it's blue. Speak, love. But it can also dismantle that person's tree. So you're pushing it away from that person. Right? So they're left with feels and that's it. You can't rise that person when you're doing this to this person. Okay? So that person might not want to be here anymore. That person might feel, I'm not accepted within this world. I'm not accepted in this society. Maybe, maybe they're maybe I'm better off, for a lover, for example. Maybe I'm not better off with them. Maybe I'm better off by myself, because you'll fall back down to feels. And then if they're trying to stop you from having your feelings and your needs met, that I do, because, I don't know, whatever they're trying to stop you for whatever reason, they can be abusers. This is what this is. Okay, so I'm trying to help you understand how, you know, spirituality as well is connected with this, because it's the Kundalini. Your chakra bases. I am, I feel, I do, I love, I speak. Okay? So it's all there. This is I know. My favorite. This is Darth. You can't see it, but it's I see. Okay? I see. Right? We know. So when you've got people pulling you this way and pulling you that way, you're breaking that tree as an emotional construct. That's all I've got left. How they might feel about what you've done. Or they might be reaching again. So this is how people might want to commit suicide. So you need to integrate aspects of love and that there. Speak, love, do. And also I am, I feel, I do. Okay? So to integrate this, you help your kids. Okay? I am. Who am I? Well, if somebody told you you're this, that and the other, don't bloody listen to them, they're full of crap. Don't tell your kids, don't listen to them, they're full of crap. Alright? Why? Because they probably feel bad. They're trying to pull you down to their energy. Simple, innit? We know this. I'm just trying to give you knowledge so you can help yourselves and your kids. Alright? So, this is kind of like how people can take it. Like this. Take that. I'll take that. See you later. Off you go. There's your Asher pole. That's all that's left of you. Happy now? That thing. You know, and it's quite sad really, because the reality is that you're not hurting me, because I can rebuild, and everyone can. And it turns out how strong you are, and if you never experienced certain hard topics or been through hard experiences. Well, anyway, let's get back to this. Suicide. When this happens, when suicide can take place, it's because that person, right, has had this energy removed from them. Okay, they've had it removed. They have. And it's simple. Straight down the line. This is the point. And it can be done in a societal concept, and it can be done in an emotional partner relationship concept. But it can also be done in a societal concept as well, like I just broke down for you. So let's just get into the spiritual aspects of this before I finish. Right, okay, so now I'm going to get into the spiritual. If you've stayed me this long, oh my gosh, how amazing. Like you've listened to me this long. So I'm going to say thank you so much for listening to me. And I just want to say that this is obviously my new channel. I've got 2 more. I think I've got 2 more somewhere floating about. I think I've got some on playlist for you guys to listen to at your leisure, right? So I can understand that through this experience quickly now on a spiritual connotation to a mental connotation as well. How easy spirituality can interlink with mental. Now, this is like a programmable state, and I don't mean to be like all Aquarius on you, but I am. And it's because it's an interlink between the crossover between Aquarius and Pisces. So it's almost like I can see how spirituality can also interlink with mental ability as well, or inability, or lack. Because I don't even think it's an ability. I think it's a lack, and I think it's got something to do with the tree. And the only reason why I say this is because I think it's gone dark. The only reason why I say this is because I have like Aquarius Mercury, but I also have like Pisces Moon, Sun, Venus, North Node. So I have it all there, right? So I think what I'm trying to say is that I think I can interlink a spiritual significance to a mental significance now, because they all interlink. And I think I've explained this before, that we have spiritual, emotional, physical, sexual, and something else. I keep forgetting that last one. But we all have it, it's all merged together. Spiritual, emotional, physical, sexual, intellectual. There you go, I did it. Right, it's the 5 pillars of how to create a successful relationship. Okay, so this is like really good, because this is how you can interlink it all together. And sometimes you might find that person might have been all those things, they just didn't acquire it at the time. Okay, so you just got to like hold out sometimes for these people. But you know, at the same time, this is going back to suicide. These people are experiencing these things. They're going to different levels. They're reaching different levels. So this is like a bridge on from spiritual to mental. Okay, so we have it intact. It's our tree. So that's going to be not just a feel-based system. It's going to be an emotional one. It's going to be an intellectual one. They all encompass those things. So you can argue, but we need that feeling. We need that emotion to rise. That emotion is everything. That's our stem. Okay, that's the tree. That's the stem. So we need that. It's really important. And if we lack this, it can make us feel like we don't want to be here anymore, right? It can make you feel like that. And, you know, this is why you need to keep this intact, okay? Always keep that one intact and this one here, okay? Because you can't feel in stuff because it hurts too much. That's fine. You got this one. You can rise up that one first. Figure this out. And then it'll branch you out here. I do feel, but, you know, it depends what you've been through. And, okay, so I get that. But let's get into the suicide, the spiritual, and the mental planes. Because I've heard things like, you know, people have things like, I don't know, let's go for schizophrenia. I think I said this before. I know someone who's had this. I think it's got something to do with drug taking. I think it's got something to do with taking drugs. And it has. But it might not always be the case as well. So this is a thing as well. It might not always be the case. It might be an aspect of trauma as well. Because trauma is really significant. And this is the first thing I ever spoke about when it came to this. But it might have something to do with drugs. Because I remember when I had something happened anyway, but I had opiate, but it was a medicated drug. Like I didn't take it like a thingy. I didn't take that. I would never do that, okay? But I had it for a medicational purpose. And it opened me up, and I didn't like it, okay? It didn't work for me. I think if you're ADHD, you're not supposed to take it. I don't know. I'm not ADHD either diagnosed, but I think I am. Anyway, it's another story. But let's talk about how it's different. We work on different planes, but we'll always go back to feels. This is ADHD. That's that. It's like you're doing this. ADHD. And it's not, right? Okay, you can branch out to other zones, periods of times, right? So the easiest one to connect to is love. It's in the middle. It's there. That's why I promote it. Okay? But it's also easy as well to connect to feels or I am from that. Because I love I am. I do I am. I do know I am love, right? So someone might break your tree, but you need to go to love. I do know I love. I am love. There we go. Maria. There we go. Swaying pendulums. I like this one. I love, I do love, I know I do love, and I am love. So we go back and forward, right? So let's get into like, you know, mental difficulties. And I do think like, for example, certain things can make us have different types of experiences. And I think opiates can open us up. I'm going to say it. I only had it like once, but opiates can open you up. So if you've had like a back injury or anything like that, you might have crazy ass dreams and you might not even remember them. And then in like 10 years time, you're like, okay, it's coming back to me. Why is this? Why did we do that? Where did we go? How can we explain this type of phenomena, right? Some of it can be mixed up as well, because sometimes we've been traumatized. It doesn't fit right. And you have to wait like 10 years to figure out, you're like, oh, that's all it meant. It just meant I was going to buy a TV that looked this big and I saw it when I was asleep on opiates. Because I broke my back, for example. You know? where I saw a particular plant I'd never seen before, and I thought it was absolutely beautiful. I thought it was in the Garden of Eden, and it was just a plant that I had, and it's 10 years later I found it. Wow, it reminds me of being in the Garden of Eden. It was beautiful. You know, stuff like this. And it sounds like extreme, but that's how it goes. That's where you go, okay? It's just, I didn't enjoy my experiences then. But anyway, so it depends really on what type of drug, but I'm going to do that in another time. Let's just finish off because it's like 40 minutes. And so it can interlink with our spiritual significances. And if you're experiencing like attacks and things like this, you have to realise, where are they attacking? Okay, what energy field are they coming from? Why are they doing this? And what it will do is it will really bridge, you know, either it might not make sense to you at the time, but you've got to persevere, not keep going. You can't just stop, because you know, as time goes by, how to acquire what was taken, if you get what I mean. And you know, that's how it is. You know how to acquire what was taken, because this is how it is. And some people might come in to help you, and some people might come in to take. Okay, so not all is not lost as well. So to have an aspect of faith is really important, because when people come in and they bust all your stuff up and they're not bothered, it's just one hard day at work, you know, bit of dollar here, bit of dollar there, take money, take what their treasures. This is an aspect of destroying someone's tree, and it goes against our human rights. It does, one way or another. It's illegal and it goes against human rights if it's a lie, especially if it's a lie. And this is why you have to persevere, because I think Gandhi did it. He was in prison for ages. He got called all sorts, all names under the sun. I think he got persecuted for years, and then all of a sudden he found out it was whatever, you know. He was innocent and all that, and they got to let him out and stuff like this. And he learned all his wisdom and that because of what happened to him, because how he was treated. I think he said, what was it? There is no path to happiness. Happiness is the path. And ultimately, people don't want you to have that. And this is the truth. God's honest truth. People do not want you to be happy. And it is as simple as that. But I do. I want everyone to be happy. Like, it's really hard for me to express myself sometimes because I'm going through my hard times myself. But I want everyone to be happy. I got Venus in the 6th house. Understand what I'm saying. I don't come to you as an aspect, I'm going to take this and take that and did it. I might do it for the greater good, but as a utilitarian perspective or a hedonism perspective, but I'm not going to do it because I want to destroy your life, you know, because that's not my thing. I'm not passing judgment on you to lose everything you've got, break your tree. So don't do it to me. And it works both ways. Okay? And what goes around comes around as well. So I might not do it. Someone else might. You know? So another thing is that this energy is boxy energy. I don't know how to explain it other than that, but it can be boxy. Because so there's a controlling arcing factor. Spiritual warfare. Everyone's been talking about this. This is why people feel like crap. This is why people feel like rubbish. Because it's a spiritual rain too. Now, I'm going to leave it at that, but I just wanted to talk about this because I thought it was really important. Significant factors about suicide. I think after the 20 minutes, I think I kind of went off it, but it all interlinks back onto itself. How we can treat people in society, or how it is being done, how it is being committed, but you're actually going against people's human rights. And you should hold your faith, because you should always have an aspect to love. And if even if you don't have love, you're still alive. That's when you get all the way down to there. You ain't got nothing else. You're sitting there, you're like, I'm still alive. My body. I'm here. Okay? You're not worthless. Just because somebody's made you feel like this. Why? Because you collapsed that tree like a baby in the womb. You already know. You can have nothing and everything with just this. And it's true. Homeless people show you all the time. But I'm not being like, oh, my leg's gone dead. I'm not being like, funny when I say that. It's true. Like, it's understanding aspects of how we can understand other people's lives as well. It's the other. So Venus is the house of service to others. So to observe them, or people who haven't had that, or have lacked that, okay, it works both ways. They always have something. So still here. I know. Okay. And you can't take that on a physical realm. You can try, I guess, you know, an aspect of, if you've ever done committed suicide, it's an aspect of a test. But just don't do it again. And, you know, if you need love, go and search for it. Sometimes it's a thank you. You can feel it in the heart. And it took me a long time to find that again. But all it takes is a thank you. Or, you know, even if, you know, the thing is, our homeless people and things like that, they know more about love than people that have got everything, because they forget it, because they're acquiring the others. They can forget it sometimes. That's about remembering everything, encompassing that. Okay, and know your roots. Remember your roots, but not in a bad way. In this way. You know how many people in Britain, Caucasians, are from a Jewish background? Where do you think they come from? World War I, World War II, where do you think we come from? Come on now. Let's get with it. My name is Gemma Haley. I'm a criminologist. I'm a mother of 2. I'm an advanced occultist, and I'm here to bring you understanding and awareness of how to rise and how to be good, what good means and things like this. And yeah,